Young and the Restless spoilers reveal the stir caused by the return of Ian Ward, a controversial figure with a sinister past and dangerous plots. After being released early from prison thanks to exoneration, Ian is trying to assert that he has changed and wants to start a new life. However, his presence immediately becomes a threat to the Newman family, especially Nick and Victor Newman. Ian's declaration of redemption is not believed by anyone in the Newman family. To them, Ian is not only an old enemy but also a symbol of danger and painful memories. Ian tries to convince everyone that he has changed, but the journey to regain trust seems impossible. Victor Newman, with his tough nature and always on high alert, does not believe that Ian has truly reformed. This man cannot change. A wolf in sheep's clothing is still a wolf, Victor declared with hostility. He not only saw Ian as a threat, but also as an insult to his family's honor and safety. Fierce conflict, Nick Newman meets trouble. Nick Newman, in an effort to protect his family, could not help but confront Ian Ward. The tense clashes between the two escalated to a climax, leading to a serious incident. During a confrontation, Ian did not hesitate to respond to Nick's accusations and anger, causing both of them to fall into a violent situation. As a result, Nick was seriously injured and hospitalized in critical condition. His life was threatened, and the Newman family was thrown into chaos. The questions arose: was this part of Ian's plan to weaken the Newman family? Or was this incident just an accident in a tense confrontation? Victor Newman, the Lion King, enters the war. Nick's incident leaves Victor Newman unable to sit still. With a fiercely protective nature towards his family, Victor decides to confront Ian Ward directly. Genoa City has no place for you, Victor warns when confronting Ian in a dramatic meeting. Sharp threats are thrown, but Ian is unfazed. He remains calm, even challenging Victor. Ian insists that he is no longer the same person and deserves a chance to start his life over. However, Victor is unmoved. He warns Ian that if he does not leave Genoa City, the price will be high. But Ian also shows his strong will. He refuses to leave, insisting that he has the right to stay in this town. The Newman family is not only faced with Ian's presence but also with internal rifts. Some members begin to doubt Victor's handling of the matter. Is his toughness putting the family in greater danger? Or is it necessary to protect them? On the other hand, Ian continues to stir up trouble by approaching other people in Genoa City. He participates in community events, presenting a completely different image, a man trying to redeem himself. However, these actions only raise doubts in the hearts of Victor and those who have been hurt by Ian. What is the way out for the Newman family? In the midst of chaos, the biggest question remains whether the Newman family can survive this ordeal. The tension between Victor and Ian continues to escalate, pushing them into a never-ending war. Nick, fighting for his life in the hospital, becomes a symbol of the sacrifices the family has made. Ian Ward, despite being shunned by the entire town, stands firm, determined to prove that he has changed. Is it really true? Or is it all just another elaborate drama from a master at manipulating trust? Ian Ward's return not only brings turmoil but also exposes the weaknesses and conflicts within the Newman family. Their story continues to unfold with conflicts, losses, and the faint hope of reconciliation. One thing is certain: Genoa City will not be at peace, at least not until this war finds its end. The combination of family tensions, personal confrontations, and past mysteries makes the story dramatic and emotional. The people of Genoa City, as well as the audience, can only wait to see if Ian Ward has truly changed, and if the Newman family can overcome their greatest challenge. The story is dramatic, and recent events have thrown the town into a whirlwind of mystery, intrigue, and memorable romance. From Phyllis confronting memories of the accident, Sharons' mysterious disappearance, to the changes in Claire Newman and Kyle Abbott's relationship, the new year in Genoa City is starting with a lot of mixed emotions. Phyllis and the journey of facing the past. Phyllis seems to be in a tumultuous period of her life. Memories of her previous accident begin to return, making her realize that things may be more complicated than she thought. The resurgence of buried emotions and unfinished pieces of this traumatic event forces Phyllis to confront not only herself but also those around her. Meanwhile, the scheming and calculating Ian Ward seems to be taking advantage of Phyllis's instability to carry out a new plot. He talked to Jordan about how to exploit Phyllis' wild nature for his own gain. What is Ian up to, and could Phyllis be a pawn in his scheme? Elsewhere, Sharon suddenly disappears, sending shockwaves through Genoa City. When Nick receives news of her disappearance, he immediately falls into a state of extreme anxiety. Sharon's car is still found nearby, but there are no other traces left, raising speculation about what might have happened. Nick quickly suspects that Ian Ward is involved. With his dark history and terrifying manipulative abilities, Ian could very well be behind this incident. However, as the police begin to investigate, clues seem to point to Phyllis. Could this be a plot by Ian to frame Phyllis? And if so, who will find out the truth before things get worse? Love blossoms between Claire Newman and Kyle Abbott. Amidst the tense events, love still blooms in Genoa City. Claire Newman and Kyle Abbott attend a New Year's Eve party together, marking a romantic start to their relationship. Although they can't share a kiss at midnight, they still enjoy the special moment with a late kiss, as a promise of better things to come. However, Claire and Kyle's love path is not completely smooth. Major obstacles await them ahead, which could shake the foundation of their relationship. However, for now, they decide to enjoy happiness and joy together, not letting the worries of the future overshadow the present moment. Sharons Disappearance, Phyllis's fragmented memories and Ian Ward's schemes are just the tip of the iceberg. Genoa City seems to be shrouded in a complex web of relationships, secrets and intrigue. Is Phyllis really involved in Sharons' disappearance? If this is just a conspiracy, who will stand up to expose the truth? What is Ian Ward planning? Will he really achieve his goals, or will he soon be exposed? Can Claire and Kyle overcome obstacles to build a lasting love, or will their relationship be swept away in a storm of family and personal troubles? The year 2025 opens with unpredictable events in Genoa City. Each character is facing their own challenges, and their fates seem to be tied together in a complex web of relationships and intrigue. Phyllis's confrontation with her memories, Sharon's mysterious disappearance, Ian Ward's conspiracy and Claire and Kyle's challenging love all promise to bring dramatic developments in the coming time. Wherever the story goes, one thing is for sure, Genoa City will never lack surprises, emotions and memorable moments, never short of drama, but this time the focus falls on Phyllis Summers, a woman with a turbulent past who is now facing doubts, interrogations, and even her own conflicted self. The story plunges Phyllis into a spiral of secrecy, revenge, and a strange connection to the mysterious disappearance of Sharon Newman. When Phyllis leaves the party quietly, no one knows where she is or what she is doing. Her son, Daniel, quickly notices his mother's absence and begins to ask questions. Daniel, who has deep feelings for his mother, is unsettled by her unusual silence. When he confronts Phyllis, she tries to soothe him by explaining that she needs some time alone to think through the complicated emotions swirling around in her mind. However, the truth is not so simple. Phyllis finally confesses that she is caught up in an emotional storm regarding Sharon Newman. The relationship between the two women has long been tense, but now it seems to have reached a new peak. Phyllis does not hesitate to admit to Daniel that she feels deep anger towards Sharon and even craves revenge. Phyllis's admission shocks Daniel. From a strong mother, Phyllis seems to be sliding into ever darker thoughts. As she begins to reveal her revenge fantasies towards Sharon, Daniel cannot help but feel uneasy. He tries to calm down, but the thought of Sharon Newman's recent disappearance cannot help but make him associate it with his mother's words. Phyllis, a little flustered, tries to reassure her son, but the tension in her words only heightens his suspicions. Daniel begins to sense that this is more than just a simple case of anger, it may be connected to something bigger, more dangerous. Meanwhile, Genoa City is abuzz with the disappearance of Sharon Newman. Her car is found near her home, but there are no other traces left. The police begin an investigation, and Sharon's personal relationships become the focus. Many wonder if this was a kidnapping, or if Sharon deliberately disappeared for some reason. Daniel can't help but worry that Phyllis's strong emotions and revenge fantasies may be involved in this disappearance. He decides to seek answers, both to protect his mother and to ensure Sharon's safety. However, the deeper Daniel gets into the investigation, the more he feels that he is only tangling up a web of secrets and contradictions. As the police investigation progresses, Phyllis soon finds herself among those being questioned. Although she denies any involvement in Sharon's disappearance, the strong feelings she once admitted to Daniel begin to raise suspicions. Investigators find a few vague clues that implicate Phyllis, be it notes, past conflicts between her and Sharon, or even circumstantial evidence from others. Ian Ward, who had been in contact with Sharon, also appears in the story, complicating matters. Ian may have taken advantage of Phyllis' emotional instability to frame her, creating the perfect plan to blame her for Sharons' disappearance. But the question remains, if Phyllis is not involved, then where is Sharon really? Amidst all the suspicion and tension, Daniel becomes a shining light for his mother. He is determined to protect Phyllis from accusations and find the truth. With the help of his close friends in Genoa City, Daniel begins to follow the clues, from the smallest details to the complicated relationships between Sharon, Phyllis, and Ian Ward. Daniel's journey is not easy. He is torn between his love for his mother and the doubts that are slowly forming in his heart. Daniel must ask the most difficult question: does he really know his mother? As the secret is gradually revealed, Genoa City is once again thrust into the center of dramatic events. Phyllis Summers faces accusations, suspicions from her own family, and unresolved emotions from the past. Daniel, in the role of protector, will have to find the truth before things get out of hand. With intrigue, secrets and emotions intertwined, the story of Phyllis, Sharon and Daniel promises to take viewers through every emotion. Is Phyllis truly innocent? Where did Sharon go, and who was behind her disappearance? These answers will determine the fate of